What is an Upanishad? When a guru, a master, and a disciple, Sishya, together seek the truth, spiritual knowledge, that situation is called Upanishad. The wise know if it is the voice of silence or the voice which comes out of desire, that which originates from compassion, or is it born out of silence. That situation is called Upanishad. The voice that comes from silence is called Upanishad. So, what is the meaning of the voice which comes from silence? That which is the fragrance of your experience, that is the voice which comes from your silence. That which you have read or written or based on opinion has not come from experience is not so. That voice is raw. That which is born out of experience is the true voice. True voice is born out of compassion because there is the necessity for a sage to speak. The necessity for a sage to speak happens when the voice comes from compassion. You see that our Acharya Chaitanya does not speak at all. And when he speaks, the voice comes out of compassion. Speaking is essential because of what the sage speaks. A few people may awaken. The fragrance will spread, so the sage speaks. Because the sage does not feel the necessity to speak. A saint only speaks when he understands or realizes that his flower which has bloomed and through its medium the fragrance which has come out cannot be spread through any other means than his voice to spread the fragrance. So you all are sages in my view. Whatever you are in your view, but here from 2:15 p.m. to 3 p.m. I agree that you're all sages. Therefore, whatever you'll say out of your experience, not just like that. If you do not have the experience, you will say so, that you do not have the experience. But this is my opinion. So come on, let's get on our mission. Today we are commencing Tathata Upanishad, and in these 5 days, we will discuss on Tathata Upanishad. So before starting, some prelude is necessary. I will take you to Tathata. From where Tathata starts, after that, you will be invited to talk about what is Tathata. The question is, what is Tathata? The next question will be, how can we remain in Tathata? Understand this, that Tathata is a situation that every session, course, whether you go through Dhyan Marg, Bhakti Marg, Karma Yoga, Tantra Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, Sahaj Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, the destination is Tathata. Where did Buddha reach? Tathata. Where did Krishna reach? Tathata. Where did Nanak Dev reach? Tathata. The destination of all paths is Tathata. Before starting, we have to arrive where the path of Tathata begins. Because Tathata in a way is destination of all paths. The destination of all paths is Tathata. Even before we start, it is essential to know what our destination is. To reach there in 5 days' time. And it is very short. Tathata Upanishad is being constructed. I am exploring. You too will explore. Right? Together we will find out what Tathata is. Because when I am discussing with you, I too am exploring, and every time a Sadguru also searches when he walks with his disciples. It is not necessary that he should follow the old path. He changes the path. You must have seen that every time there is a discussion, it is on the same topic. And you answer the questions from your memory. I say, no, not this. You say that you said so the last time. I say, but I don't have a contract on what I have said. I say that was based on my findings of my past experience. In that path, such and such things happen. On that path, an elephant and a tiger were found. However, if we walk on that path for a second time, it is not necessary that the elephant would be standing there. A geologist from the Survey of India was doing mapping of some place. He wrote that there is dolerite there. It is a black stone. So I went to that place to survey after a while and did not find any dolerite there. I too was mapping. I told my guide that the geologist had described dolerite a lot in his mapping, but I see no dolerite here. The dolerite is not a stone that is here today and will not be there tomorrow. It is gone. It will remain and remain for thousands, millions, billions of years. My guide cracked a joke and said, that surveyor may not have gone near enough and must have seen from afar and must have seen a buffalo and thought it was dolerite. So remember that I am starting this journey again with you. Many times the journey of Tathata has been done. But then this time we will go through a new path. We will see new valleys. So before that, you have to know two things. Not much, but maybe three things have to be known. We will cover it in 2-3 minutes so that time will be saved for discussion on Tathata. Before we begin on the journey of Tathata, you'll have to know Dhyan, meditation. What is meditation? How many friends are doing meditation course here? Raise your hands. Few people. Right. So when you close your eyes, you can see the void within. This is called Nirakar, formless inner space. Because you cannot see the form. To see the form, shape, it is necessary to see with open eyes. To see the formless, it is necessary to see with closed eyes. So, what you see with closed eyes, there is no form. It is called Nirakar, formless inner space. So, seeing Nirakar, it cannot be seen by mere blinking of eyes. That is just a glimpse of meditation. So for some time to look at Nirakar, formless inner space, keep looking at it sometime and lovingly, and then keep looking continuously, looking at it until the mind is thoughtless. There are no thoughts. A void, a thoughtless state. Watch for how long? Until there are no thoughts, the mind is empty. And when thoughtlessness occurs, and you keep watching for a while, not just by blinking. Dhyan, meditation, does not happen when you blink. Just closing eyes, which you do every time, is not Dhyan meditation. Dhyan meditation does not happen by closing eyes. Guru Gobind Singh says that Dhyan meditation you think you're doing by closing eyes is like the meditation of a bagula, a heron. कहो भाया दो लोचन मूंद के बैठ रहियो वक ध्यान लगाऊं. Sitting eyes closed like a heron is not dhyan meditation. With eyes closed, when thoughtlessness happens, thereafter dhyan meditation. Dhyan and meditation happen. Some take 5 minutes, some take 10 minutes, some 15 minutes. A saint closes his eyes and dhyan meditation starts in a second. A sage closes his eyes and it takes only a second to be in a meditative state. But when a worldly person sits with closed eyes, he may look inside for half an hour before meditation begins. That's why sessions for meditation are kept here for 1.5 hours, sometimes for an hour and a quarter or an hour. And that's why Osho says, what I'm telling you is not meditation. It is strange that there are persons who go on doing active meditation, Kundalini meditation in the morning as well as in the evening. I also did them for 16 years. Meditation in the morning as well as in the evening. But I honestly admit that meditation did not happen to me because I didn't even know what meditation was. There was a gentleman, his name was Prabhuji. He said, what do you do? He was a self-realized person, so I said, I do meditation. He said, you do meditation? What is meditation? I said, Kundalini meditation, active meditation. He said, Who says this is meditation? I said, Osho says. So he asked, where does Osho say this? So there was another gentleman, an old disciple of Osho, and the conversation was happening at his house. So I told him to bring the book, Meditation, the First and the Last Freedom, so that I could show the book to Prabhuji. He brought the book. Here it is, please read. I said, no, you open the page on the introduction of active meditation and Kundalini meditation. Prabhuji said, I have read the entire literature of Osho. You show me where Osho is saying that active meditation, Kundalini meditation is Dhyan, meditation. I opened the chapter with full confidence. The first line was that active meditation is not meditation. The ground slipped from under my feet. I said, oh, there must be a misprint. Misprint? He said, read further. When I read further, there was the story of the same, Mullah Nasruddin, who goes with his friends to a music concert. At the concert, both tabla, drum and harmonium, the reed organ, were being harmonized by doing tun-tun, matching the scale. After some time, the friend of Nasruddin says that the concert is over, so let us go back. Well, however, it was revealed later that it was just the preparation of starting the music. Osho said that what I'm telling you is just a preparation for meditation, not meditation. 16 years of hard work. I felt like a gambler losing in gambling. I lost this gamble of 16 years of hard work. This was the situation. That's why I'm telling you right from the beginning. When you close your eyes, it is a preparation for meditation. Then you look within lovingly. When you look lovingly, thoughtlessness happens. And from there, meditation starts. In that thoughtlessness, becoming aware of Nirakar, formless inner space, or looking lovingly at Nirakar, formless inner space, is Dhyan, meditation. How many of you have understood what Dhyan, meditation is? Raise your hands. Very intelligent lot. Osho started from the year 1966 and said this till 1990 for 24 years. Even I did not understand what meditation is. What to say of others? But how intelligent you all are that you have understood in 2 minutes, right? So, after understanding meditation, the next step of meditation is Sakshi, total awareness. What is Sakshi? What is total awareness? Now you have known Nirakar, formless inner space. Living with the awareness of Nirakar, formless inner space, is called Sakshi, total awareness. Whatever you're doing, if you're driving, you remember the way while driving. You also remember you must apply gear, you have to press the accelerator, how to avoid the vehicle coming from the front. You remember all those things. Only there is no self-remembrance. Everything is remembered, but the self is not remembered. It so happens that while a woman is cooking food, she remembers how much oil is to be put in the pan, how much salt is to be added, how much flame is to be kept, and she also remembers that delicious food is to be cooked for her children, for her husband. Everything is remembered, only the self is not remembered. Awareness of the self is awareness of your Nirakar, the formless inner space. At least we should be aware of our body, but we are not even aware of our body also. Beyond the body is our real existence, the real worthwhileness, because that is our Atma, soul. To live life remembering Nirakar, formless inner space, which saints say is our Atma, soul, is self-awareness, self-remembrance. It doesn't matter whether you're doing some work or not. Some are enjoying and some are eating and drinking. The enjoyment with the eyes is darshan, seeing attentively. The enjoyment with ears is shravan, listening attentively. And the enjoyment with the tongue is swad. While whatever you're doing, if you are simultaneously aware that you're a soul, and if you're living with your life aware of Nirakar, formless inner space, then you are Sakshi, total awareness. Do something or don't do anything. So long as you live life like that, the state is named as Sakshi, total awareness. Now, first of all, You have to believe that I'm a soul. This Nirakar, the formless inner space, is the soul, and I am it. There are many things that you don't know. Then what do? You learn from your guru, master, from parents. Mother says, son, he's your father. You went to America for 4-5 years. Father was here. You returned. Mother said, he is your father. You don't know him. But your mother told you that he is your father. So you believed her. Then one day you come to realize from his conduct, behavior, and love. And now you're convinced that he's your father. In the same way, many of you have known that you're Nirakar. They also know that it is Atma, soul, and it has Nad, the divine sound, Noor, the divine light, Amrit, the eternal element, Chaitanya, consciousness, Anand, the divine bliss, and Prem, divine love. So definitely it is my Atma, soul, and it is the source of my consciousness. If there is consciousness, there is also the source of consciousness. If there is consciousness, then I am Atma, soul. So let's first believe it. There are many friends amongst you who know that I am Atma, soul. Those who have done Gyan Samadhi, all of them know it. So to know yourself as Atma, soul, and to live in the world remembering that your Atma, soul, is called total awareness, self-remembrance. So we have come up to Sakshi, total awareness. How many persons have come up to Sakshi, total awareness? Raise your hands. Oh, most of the people have come. Some people are not raising hands. Okay, let's move forward. What is the destination of Sakshi? Up to what point will Sakshi take us? Osho says Tathata. The milestone after Sakshi is Tathata. The first step is that of Dham, meditation. The second step is that of Sakshi, total awareness. And the third step is that of Tathata. Is it a shortcut or not? And this is the destination of all saints. In these 5 days, you have to start living in Tathata. Target is very high. Let us first know what Tathata is. Gautam Buddha is called Tathagat because Gautam Buddha remained in the state of Tathata. Tulsidas says the definition of Tathata, listen what he says. It's like in Kaun Banega Crorepati. I will give you a lifeline right in the beginning. Jaki kripa lavleste matimand Tulsidas hu. By the grace of Lord Rama, Jaki kripa lavleste, it is said that if there is little grace, then that happen. His grace is needed. Jaki kripa lavleste matimand Tulsidas hu. Payo param vishramu. Ram samana prabhu nahi kahu. That is the definition of Tathata. Jaki kripa lavleste matiman means that there is no need to be very educated to attain to the state of Tathata. Kabir attained Tathata without studying. Ravidas attained to Tathata. Sehjo and Daya were two maids engaged in household work and they attained to Tathata. Matiman means even without reading and writing, Tathata can happen. It is a matter of experience. There is no question of education in this. So the stage after Sakshi, total awareness, is that of Tathata. How many of you have heard about Tathata? Just raise your hand. How many of you have thought what Tathata is? Raise hands. Some have reached the conclusion on what Tathata is. Or what did you understand by Tathata? After understanding Tathata, it has to be attained by us. The reference to saints attaining to Tathata are of no use to us unless it happens to us. There are mere stories, epics like how Prahalad did penance. These are entertainment stories and epics. This is called spiritual entertainment. But today we will know what Tathata is and how it can happen in our life. Whatever occurred in Krishna's life, whatever occurred in Kabir's life, whatever occurred in Buddha's life, how can such things happen within us? But before that, let us know what Tathata is. In English, it is called suchness. Who will tell me what Tathata suchness is? The lifestyle of Gautam Buddha is Tathata suchness. Hukami hukamu chalaye rahu nanak vigase beparwa. This is Tathata suchness. What did Nanak Dev Ji say? Hukam Rajai Chalana, Nanak Likhiya Naam. Nanak Dev Ji is worryless as he is acting in accordance with the will of the divine law, moving with the ultimate law. Nanak Dev Ji always remained in Tathata, suchness. All saints always remain in Tathata. Buddha also remained in Tathata. Nanak Dev also remained in Tathata. So people asked Nanak Dev, how do you remain in Tathata, in suchness? He said, it is very easy, no worries. Hukum Razai, whatever is the ultimate law's will, I do. This is Tathata suchness. Accepting the will of the divine law is Tathata suchness. But how to know what is his, God's will? What is hukam, the ultimate divine law? What is Tathata suchness? To accept the will of the ultimate law is Tathata suchness. Hukam means the will of God, not to impose one's own will. Nanak Dev Ji says, it is right that by following the divine will, Nanak is worryless. But what is hukam's will? That has to be understood. Tathata suchness is not known unless you know what the divine will is. His will means the will of God. What is his will? What is God's will? What is your will? Jesus is being hanged. He's about to be crucified. He says, what are you doing? You'll do this? You will sacrifice your only son in this way? Suddenly he sees the light. What have I said? I'm trying to impose my will on God. No. Don't even care what I'm thinking. I don't have any request. Thy will shall prevail. This is Tathata suchness. This is Tathata suchness. To agree with his will. To move in agreement with his will. But how do you know what is his will? How do you know what his will is? Tell me what is his will. To follow the will of the ultimate divine law is Tathata suchness. How many of you have understood what Tathata suchness is? Very intelligent. His will, God's will. Name it existence. You may call it existence. So what is Tathata suchness? We are moving at a jet speed. You have to be with me. So accepting the will of God, not imposing your will to follow the will of God, is Tathata suchness. Correct? Hukum Rajai Chalana, Nanak Likhaya Nal. Nanak says that he goes by the will of God. Hukami Hukamu Chalaye Rahe, Nanak Vigse Peparava. That is fine, but what is hukam? To do as he pleases. This is Tathata suchness, to follow the will of the divine law. How many people are understanding Tathata suchness? What is it? Raise your hands. Very intelligent. It's his will, God's will, the will of existence, whatever name you may give. Buddha says that it is emptiness. The word existence, that which is like the supreme truth. So Gautam Buddha did not give any name to God, but called him emptiness. That's why Osho, in most of his discourses, you might have seen names it will of existence or existence. For example, Eckhart Tolle or any philosopher of the West could not dare to say the word God. Why don't they say? Because the word God has become condemned. So they are not using this word God deliberately. What are they doing? They're coining new words for God. For example, Eckhart Tolle, he says now. There are other mystics who are saying presence. So, whatever the name may be, Gautam Buddha is naming it as emptiness. But all these names are synonyms of God. That's right. So what is God's will? Its name is hukam, correct? What have you understood by hukam? Tulsi bharose Ram ke. Tulsi is dependent on Ram to accept the divine will, and to accept the will of God is Tathata, suchness.